Hello and welcome all to the fourth edition of webinar series with universities on igniting young minds, rejuvenating rivers, organized by Namami Gange, Ministry of Jal Shakti, and Epic News Network. This is first of its kind webinar series to start and establish, connect with leading educators and young minds to sensitize them about the importance of rejuvenating rivers. Today, we have a very esoteric set of women panelists from academia, appropriately for International Women's Day. And on this occasion, on behalf of Epic News Network and Namami Gange, we would like to take the opportunity to salute the women leaders in education present here and also numerous other women professionals. As they say, the growth of a country is directly proportional to the growth of its feminine power. The women leaders present here today have not only excelled in their own professional areas, but have significantly contributed to the country's academic growth. We also have with us a complete set of women students who I'm sure will successfully carry on the baton in the future of this women legacy. With this, I would like to introduce our eminent panelists today. Let me welcome Dr. Harmeet Kaur. She is Principal Nursing, Chitkara School of Health Sciences. Thank you so much, Dr. Harmeet Kaur, for joining us today. We have with us Professor Kesari Singh, Dean Undergraduate Studies, Shulini University. Thank you so much, Professor Kesari, for joining us. We have with us Dr. Manju Gupta. She will join in some time. She's stuck in some very urgent meeting. She'll be joining in next 15 minutes. Dr. Manju Gupta, Dean Academics, IMS Noida. Apart from this, we have Tanisha Agarwal. She is a student of Shobit University. Thank you so much, Tanisha, for joining us today. We have Akshita Tyagi. She is a student of IMS Noida. Thank you so much, Akshita, for joining us today. And we have an entire team of Namami Gange also. I think Mr. G. Ashok Kumar, Director General Namami Gange, is joining us in some time. He is stuck in some important meeting. By the time we will play a very beautiful anthem made by Namami Gange team, I would request the Beckon team to please play the Ganga anthem to initiate.
भगवती तव तीरे नीरमात्रशनोऽहम् विगतविषयतृष्णा कृष्णमाराधयामि विगतविषयतृष्णा कृष्णमाराधयामि सकलकलुषभङ्गे स्वर्गसोपानसङ्गे सकलकलुषभङ्गे स्वर्गसोपानसङ्गे तरलतरतरङ्गे देवी गङ्गे
स्वर्ग की परछाइयाँ दिखती तेरे आंचल तले, माँ तेरी हर बूंद में बहती हुई ममता मिले। तू हथेली तन पे फेरे, मन को भी निर्मल करे। जिस तरह को तू छुए, जीवन से उसको सींच दे। लेके आया है कोई बस पाप तुझको सौंपने। फिर भी तू बहती चले, सबको लगा करके गले। स्वाद अमृत का तुझे ही चूम कर जाना। प्रसीदा 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 प्रसीदा। नमामि गंगे 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 नमामि गंगे। पानी जो तेरा खारा, तेरे आंसू की धारा, कैसे मैं देखूं संतान हो। माना है तुझे माँ, ये धर्म है मेरा, मैं तुझे तेरा वो सम्मान दूं। नमामि
Thank you so much for playing this beautiful instruments. Now I would request Mohammad Najib Ehsan, Senior Communication Manager from NMCG, to please do the formal welcome of all the speakers. Then we'll move to Dr. Harmeet Kaur for her views. Over to you, Mr. Najib Ehsan.
Thank you, Gopi. Good afternoon, everybody. First, I would like to congratulate everybody who is participating in this webinar series on the International Women's Day. And as we all know that this Women's Day is being celebrated for the achievement of women in different sectors, whether it is a social sector, political sector. And right now we have people among us who are panelists in this session who have achieved a lot in their respective sectors. So I would like to congratulate them. And as it is said that youth, energy of youth is to be tapped. And this time we have tried to infuse the energy of youth also in this particular session with the experience which we all have. So this looks like to be a very interesting today. Discussions are going to be very interesting because we are going to have it from different perspective, going to see it from different perspective also. You know about Namami Gange program. It's the biggest river rejuvenation program, and today is Women's Day, so we have made it as a Women's Day special edition. Considering that role of women is very important, if we see for either for conservation of the water bodies or protection of the river bodies, water bodies, as well as they are also in terms if access of water is easy, so it's also beneficial for them also. So there are different multifaceted aspects of water conservation, water protection, which in which the role of a women is very important. So like we can see in this Namami Gange program, we have specifically started this particular series for to incite young minds also, and also to get more and more people connected with this particular program. Because earlier you may be aware about it, that this program was going on since last couple of decades. In fact, this river rejuvenation, or you can say Ganga action plan, was the first one in the series. Then NGRBA started in 2009. Then when this new government was formed in 2014, so it was thought that only end of the only infrastructure projects are not going to solve this problem, because we were only dealing with creating infrastructure and developing STPs. So that will not solve the long-term goal of sustainable river rejuvenation. So the Jan Bhagidari, or which we say as a people connect is very important. So these different initiatives have been taken, like this is the webinar series is there. We are also celebrating Ganga Utsav. We have started celebrating last year only. We have started celebrating Nadi Utsav, that all the rivers should be celebrated. We are organizing different programs, like there is one online quiz program, which is called Ganga Quest. So that all these programs are being designed in the way that most youth gets attracted towards it. They participate because they are our future. And secondly, people also get connected, and they also know the importance of the rivers and the water bodies. So with this, I will like to stop here right now, and I would like Gopi to start today's session.
Thank you so much, Najeeb ji, for this formal welcome. Now, I would request Dr. Harmeet Kaur, Principal Nursing, Chitkara School of Health Sciences, to please share her views on river rejuvenation and what Chitkara School of Health Sciences is doing in this regard. Over to you, Dr. Harmeet.
Thank you so much. So at the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to give my opinion or talk about that what we are doing on this particular area. And also I would like to wish all the women out there very happy International Women's Day. So I think this is a very important topic, and it is a commendable job that you have started these series where you are trying to ignite the minds of the youth, particularly for the rejuvenation of rivers. So young should be involved. That is very, very important, because they have the extended life ahead. And if they understand that they have to take care of their environment, they have to participate in these environmental initiatives, then if they are taking action today, then their future life will be easier. So this is very, very important to involve the youth in these particular initiatives. You're talking about that what we are doing at Chitkara University. So at Chitkara University, we have Chitkara University Research and Innovation Network. This particular center was established particularly keeping in mind to bring all the disciplines together and to enhance the boundaries of the knowledge, so that everybody can come together and we can go into the multidisciplinary projects. So at Chitkara University, we have the water technology lab particularly, where we are working a lot on the research, particularly on water purification using the phytoremediation. And I think so this is a great idea, that using the plants, because we have so many plants available which can be used for the purification, which can be used for removal of the different elements, pollutant elements. So at a water lab, this is also run by a woman. I just wanted to tell you that this is run by a women professor who is taking care of all these activities. And I'm really happy to share that at Chitkara University, many of the centers are run by the women. And today I'm speaking about this particular area also. So at here we are working on water purification of heavy metals, particularly cadmium and chromium, how to remove using the phytoremediation. Not only we are doing the research projects, but we are also involved in number of the community awareness projects also. At Chitkara University, we have received the fund of approximately 2 crores under STI, that is Science and Technology Innovation. And under that, we are running the projects like community awareness on water purification and what type of diseases the patients can, the villagers, particularly rural population, they can get because of the unhygienic practices, need for the environmental protection, and how they can manage these. And plus, we are also doing the water analysis, like fluoride analysis, dye degradation work also we are going, where we are working on the synthetic dyes degradation from the wastewater. So because majorly if we talk about the Ganga pollution, it is majorly because of certain waste products which are going into Ganga. So if we can work on these areas, and students and research scholars are involved a lot in these particular projects, because they come up with their creative and innovative ideas that how can we go forward and we can come up with something new, innovative project through which we can go for the water purification. Another thing I just want to tell you, that here we are not only involving the students in research projects, but we are also working on uh, student startups and student entrepreneurship. Because students have the creative mind, they are having the innovative ideas. If they can use those ideas and they can come up with their own business ideas, they can start something new which can be scaled up afterwards, which can be utilized by the government of India also for certain projects on particular environmental initiatives. That also we are doing. So under that, under New Gen IDC, there are so many new startups which were funded. So I would just like to give you the idea about 2 or 3 projects. Like we have given us funding for a startup that is Swachhni, a portable water purification system, where students and faculty came up with the idea of a portable water purification system, which is a cost-effective method, and we have provided these water purification system to the rural population of the villages adopted by Chitkara University. Another example of a startup is that we have given the funding for a startup on design of nano bubble generator for sewage treatment plant. And another one is energy efficient and fast process of silica separation from the rice stubble, and where we have converted the waste leaves to the biofuel. So these are some of the initiatives which we have taken up. Along with the research activities, along with community awareness, we are also allowing the students come up with the creative and innovative ideas, and they can work on this. So these are few of the things which I have just talked about, but there are so many other activities which we are doing under the environmental protection. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harmeet Kaur, for sharing your views and nurturing young minds at your university to do great in the field of health and other related fields. So I would request, now we have with us Shri G. Ashok Kumar. He is Director General, NMCG Namami Gange. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, today.
Okay, thank you. So I would अभी हमारे कितने लोग बाकी है?
Sir, we only had one speaker.
Acha, can we get one student also online? So you have a senior professor, one student also speaking on that?
Yes, we have 2 students also with us today.
So you pick up randomly one person to speak. Tanisha is there.
Yeah, Tanisha is here, and we also have Akshita with us. So I would request Tanisha, please, over to you. You can start. You can share your views.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Happy Women's Day to all, first of all. It would not only be exciting, but an honor for me and many other students to serve Goddess Ganga. In current scenario, river rejuvenation and conservation is of prime importance. Let's say river has been of great importance in civilizations. In fact, they are lifeline to us, as they are an innate source of water supply, as well as they are main constituent in agriculture and cultivation. Shobhit University has already taken its initiative in this direction with objective of protecting rivers. A certificate course has been started on rivers. That is My Life, My Pride. Along with it, consistent efforts being put and becoming part of monthly webinar series so that more people can be aware and awakened regarding Namami Gange. Recently, on occasion of Mahashivratri, Sri Priyank Bhati, coordinator of Hastinapur Research Institute of Shobhit University, took water from Hastinapur Mahagange to temple and distributed it among people, as well as create awareness regarding the same. Now, as an individual, me and many other students can be part of this initiative. Let's say I make a group of students present in my university, coming across from different part of cities as well as world. So we can make a group of chain of students. For example, I take 4 students from each department. So it would be a team of 40 students and they can further create their own chains. And we can undertake numerous programs to create awareness. For example, we can perform street plays and flash mob in various cities on topics like importance of clean rivers, river conservation, its protection, etc. We can also share posts on social media on topics like river and its importance, Namami Gange, how their certain initiatives are, etc. We can also make posters, can distribute it among people as well as display them in our neighborhood schools and colleges. Now, as an individual or team, we can promote afforestation by planting trees on monthly basis or weekly basis, but for sure on birthdays. And instead of doing fancy celebrations, and encourage others to do the same. At least once in a lifetime, we all visit River Ganga due to its spiritual and cultural significance. So we should ensure to maintain cleanliness over there. We can also become part of clean drive whenever possible. Now, as a team or an individual, once in a year, we can plan to visit River Ganga or areas around it with family and friends. Enjoy its serenic view and promote ecotourism. Additionally, we can buy products from them as well as we can also contribute in Clean Ganga Fund. So we can contribute economically in more than one way. So what my suggestion is, government has done the great work by starting this initiative, but more awareness drive needs to be done to popularize this mission among youth. As youth are future citizens who will carry forward this mission under the guidance of elders. And so, mass movement for this cause can take place. At last, I like to say, on this Women's Day, let's take pride to save our Ma Ganga. Thank you for this marvelous opportunity presented to me.
Thank you, Tanisha, for sharing your views. I think I would request Shri G. Ashok Kumar, DG NMCG, to please give his views.
Gopi, I think we can go to the next.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So now we can move to Dr. Manju Gupta. She's Dean Academics, IMS Noida. Over to you, Dr. Manju. Please share your views. Yeah.
Thank you, Gopi. As Atisha has already said, that youth has a big power. And as I can witness in my campus, we have 2 clubs. One is Social Awareness Club, and the second is Nai Pehel. The purpose of this club is only to sensitize people about the society towards, the sustainability and economically and environmental friendly. And what I've seen in last 7-8 years, students are very, very sensitive towards the society and environment at large. And this pandemic really realized them this, it is very, very important to, save the environment. So under this Nai Pehel, our students adopt the villages and, various societies as well. And they go to different society after taking permission from RWA, and they do plantation drives. So this has really received a very overwhelming response from the society as well. But then I feel that this student has really big power. If we give them responsibility, they work more and more hard. So at college level, there are so many measures where we can drive our students to strategically position program and implement initiatives in order to protect the river Ganga and thus the environment. So I, as a dean, I would motivate my student to indulge more into group discussion, Panel discussion, we have a studio in the campus. We have running digital media courses and media courses as JMC and MGMC. We have full studio. So I would suggest that if we really get this support, so we can organize more and more panel discussion, group discussion, and understanding opinion of the student, that how we can save our water resources. As a team, we should send them to river plains to collect any waste and spread awareness among people to keep the riverbank clean. I see in last 3 years, my students have really, during the pandemic also, they have worked very, very hard towards this Nai Pehal, and they have done almost 200 seminar and webinar just to sensitize people about the society, sustainability and protection of rivers as well as green environment. So I think silently we were working on, but then when this Rajesh and Akash came to me that they are doing something in terms of
clean Ganga, I really said that my wholeheartedly support would also be there, because students are really sensitive and they are very sensitizedly doing it for the society. We should make everything paperless, and students are deriving this toward digitization. They are emphasizing on digital paper instead of actual papers. We have 3,300 students in the campus. So out of 33, if I feel 1,000 students are aligned as per our vision, I'm sure we have achieved our target. This 1,000 will become the brand ambassador for the more young community, student community, education fraternity, and they will spread the awareness and spread the message among the society at large. We should have kept this separate dustbin for waste management. So because such kind of environment we give to the student, so that they should get awareness and they should sensitize how we can protect our environment, how we can be more and more sensitive towards it. We should plant more and more tree with winning that 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐼. So I feel that government should take initiative to organize such competition at college level, because I feel, if I'm last 11 years I'm in this campus, but I've never witnessed that any of the government is coming to the campuses and they are motivating students to do something more and more, but then institutions are doing at their own level. But sometime AICT and UGC is floating so many circular to us for this initiative. But then this River Ganga is really an excellent initiative by the government, where one resource, which is one of the resource that sustain multiple function pertaining to ecological, social culture, and livelihood. So Namami Gange project aim for protecting the Pivos River, and the Ganga rejuvenating project include tributaries, small river, wetlands, flood pains, etc. So I feel that we should take this initiative ahead and involve more and more young generation, more and more students. So
I think there was some technical.
So that we can spread more and more messages. So I would definitely support in this course, because this is benefiting to the society.
Thank you,
Yes.
Dr. Please go on.
Yeah, I think Akash, I have already explained that I would definitely support to this course, and my student, specifically those who are into Nai Pehal and Social Awareness Club. So the purpose of this club is only to sensitize people and students about the society, about the environment, and about towards the sustainable development of India. So I'm sure we will really work hard, and I would suggest that such kind of initiative should be more in future, where we can have more panel discussions and more group discussion among the student community. And of course, we can spread this awareness with the help of Nukkad Natak to various societies and the community at large, where more and more gathering is there. And my student would definitely do this initiative. I'm sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manju Gupta, for extending your support to this Namami Ganga initiative and doing your part to save the earth in your own way. Thank you so much.
Gopi, since Sari is also already there, if it is possible, we can have one of the cubicles in our campus. We call it as a center of excellence toward the sustainable development of the society, and of course this river plains and this Ganga, in fact. So if such kind of initiative can be taken by the government, my wholeheartedly support would be there by my entire campus, and of course from the student itself.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. It's very interesting that you people are coming forward to help us out. So we have one concept of Jal Shakti Kendra. Jal Shakti Kendra is a concept where we thought that water-related information will be available in one location. If you notice, water is handled by various people, various departments. It's like that, the blind man and the elephant.
Because the person who handles water, whether it is a surface water, he knows only the surface water issue. Suppose the person who is handling groundwater, he knows only the underground water issue. People who in the agriculture sector knows how much water is used for agriculture, irrigation, etc. So there is a different perceptions of people on water depending upon the field they are in. And इसीलिए क्या होता है कि there is not a single holistic view of water available with the people. इसलिए water conservation efforts में भी दिक्कत आता है, the water को reduced usage करने के लिए भी दिक्कत आता है, तो those are not happening. So we had in the last year as a part of the Catch the Rain campaign, I don't know whether you are aware of it, there was a campaign Catch the Rain. Campaign we said that one of the initiative was to start Jal Shakti Kendras in every district. So Jal Shakti Kendras is basically a knowledge center or information center on water. So आपके college में भी you are set an information center, so environmental information center. You can definitely call it or make it a this Jal Shakti Kendra as a part of it. And collect as much information. हम भी थोड़ा मदद करेंगे उसके लिए, as much information as possible on water, because water is now going to be one of the very, very limiting factor for the economic growth and the future also. So people, youngsters should know the value of water and information about water. कितना पानी available है. ऐसा ना हो कि youngsters should not say that तो पानी कहाँ से आता है, तो नल से जाता है, नल खोलेंगे तो पानी आएगा. ऐसा नहीं बोलो, because पानी has to come from somewhere to the nal. That type of information has to come, and how they reduce the use of water, ये सब करना है. So we will help you in getting this center supported for technical information as well as how to go about it and all. So thanks for that.
Sir, definitely will go about it.
So next speaker बताइए. Today is your day, all Women's Day. So हम लोग लात में बात कर रहे हैं.
Right. So now I would request Professor Kesari Singh, Dean Undergraduate Studies from Shorin University, to please share her views, and then get moved to Akshita for the. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arora. I just hope that I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible. Please.
So very good evening to everyone, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk about the students' role in such initiatives today. So first of all, I'd like to focus on two things here. Gone are the days, when the learning used to happen only inside the class. I'm of a firm belief today that learning has moved outside the class as well, and which we call as experiential learning. And second thing which I would like to lay a stress upon is the students need to be empathetic. These are my personal opinions, and keeping in mind these two things, the awareness about environment is must. And who could be better than the students, who are the future leaders, who are going to shape our nation? And the involvement of these students is very, very important in all these areas. So little bit I'd like to focus on the initiatives what Shorin University has taken up in these areas. So I'd like to apprise everyone here that the Shorin University at Solan, Himachal Pradesh has adopted a research-driven model. We are known for our research output, and we are one of the best university in India in terms of research output. And our research focus is on Himalayan sustainability. We are sitting here in Himalayas, and it is our responsibility to, encash that, I would say, the Himalayan resources which we have. So accordingly, we have adopted this research based on Himalayan sustainability, for which we have a center of excellence where we focus on the research on Himalayan sustainability. Coming to the water conservation and water initiatives, a lot of work has been already done under this center of excellence where we focus on Himalayan sustainability. It is not just on water, but we focus on all natural resources which we in Himalayan region are very fortunate to have. And second thing is coming back to the role of students, how the students can play an important role. Before that, I would like to highlight one thing, that we as higher education institutions, I think, have the broader role. It is not just the students passing out from the university with degrees. I think we have the bigger role for sustainable development with the involvement of our students. Everyone has been across the globe has been talking about sustainable development. So we at Shulni University has made it as the center of all the activities which we are trying to drive towards the attainment of sustainable development goals. So a lot of research has been happening on the various natural resources, including water. So very quickly, I'd like to highlight the role of students at Shulni University in 3 components. One is, of course, research. A lot of research under this center has been happening, which I just mentioned. And we have the motto of 1 student, 1 patent at Shulni University. I feel very, very proud to share that more than 750 students have already filed patent at Shulni University, and on various components, including water. And recently, our students bagged a prize of 10 lakh rupees, where they presented the sachet which are used for water purification, prepared from moringa seeds, and they presented it in India Innovation Growth Program too, right? And they bagged a prize of 10 lakh rupees. So every student is encouraged to file patents, and the research, as I said, is on Himalayan sustainability. So, and various research grants we have for different, water purification and water conservation. Second component I'd like to highlight about the teaching and learning. We have various programs focusing on water conservation and natural resource management, including PhD water management. And also the course curriculum has been designed in such a way that, at least 1 course is mandatory for all the students under minor or under open elective, which they need to do for sustainable development. It can be water conservation, it can be forest conservation, biodiversity, and like that. There are so many so many courses which have been designed to make students aware about the sustainable development and their role towards the environmental conservation. Thirdly, the societal impact component. Our students from time to time has been taking up the initiatives for bringing in awareness to the in the near vicinity and to the rural community. And not just that, we at Shulni University have made it mandatory that every student should have social project in its curriculum. And under those social projects, every semester the student take up the social projects, and ranging from water conservation to the awareness camps regarding cancer and other activities. Like there are the villages near our university in near vicinity, and the government schools which have been adopted by the Shulni University, and all the initiatives are students driven. They work in closely with the people from the rural community, and they take up the cleanliness drive. There are the rivulets and the local water bodies near our university. The management of that has been taken up by the students under various social projects, and they take care of the management of that. Not just that, making people aware about the safe drinking water and the bad health of bad impact of that on the health if they do not take care of their natural water resources and the drinking water. Students have been working for the upliftment of the underprivileged schools and the kids, and they have provided the water purifiers there, and they generated the funds at their own. So these are some of the initiatives and which Shulni University has already taken up. And I would like to again talk about the role of students. They are the future of the nation. We have to make them empathetic, not just towards the environment, but towards all the societal issues, so that they feel connected, and they are the ones who can take initiatives. I think Dr. Kaur also talked about that. They are the innovators. They have the creative minds, innovative thoughts. They should be involved in such initiatives. And I'm so thankful and grateful that today I got an opportunity to speak here. And the initiatives like, which you have taken up for the cleanliness of these rivers. I think that is great, and the involvement of students and the higher education institutions is a long way to go in this direction. Thank you so much, and over to you, Mr. Arora.
Thank you so much, Professor Kesari Singh, for sharing your views. I would request Shri 𝐺𝐸𝐴 Kumar for the views. Can we
that one more student is there, I believe?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I said today is there. Let the
All right.
speak and then we come back.
All right, all right. So I would request Akshita Tyagi, a student from IMS Noida, to please share her views. Yeah, over to you, Akshita.
आप सभी को मेरा अभिवादन। आज सर्वप्रथम यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी प्रबुद्ध गणों को मेरा नमस्कार, जिन्होंने अपने शब्दों से हम सबके ज्ञान का विकास किया है। आज यहाँ मैं अनुग्रहित हूँ आज आप सभी की उपस्थिति में। यहाँ मैं आज यहाँ नई पहल का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रही हूँ। नई पहल इस सोच पर बनी है जहां हम पर्यावरण, शिक्षा और सामाजिक कार्यों के विकास के लिए काम करते हैं। मुझे भान है हम आज यहाँ गंगा की स्वच्छता और पर्यावरण की स्वच्छता के विषय में बात कर रहे हैं, किंतु मेरे अनुसार शिक्षा इसका प्रथम चरण है। यहाँ मैं साक्षर की नहीं, सुशिक्षित की बात करती हूँ। जब भी हम समाज के किसी भी वर्ग को किसी भी चीज की महत्ता समझाने की कोशिश करते हैं, सबसे पहले उन्हें उसके बारे में शिक्षा देना अति आवश्यक है। उसके बाद आता है सामाजिक कार्य, समाज सेवा। आजकल के समय में कोई भी व्यक्ति 2 क्षण के लिए आपके पास आकर पर्यावरण या समाज के बारे में, उसकी आवश्यकताओं के बारे में आकर बात नहीं करता। उसे हम रुचि की या समय की कमी भी कह सकते हैं। यही हमारे जैसी संस्थानें आती हैं जो जनता में जाकर जनसंपर्क कर जनता में जागरूकता फैलाते हैं। गंगा को किसी धर्म या किसी इतिहास से जोड़ना सही नहीं, क्योंकि गंगा ने तो न जाने कितने ही सदियों से अपने तट पर आए हर जीव, हर मनुष्य का समान पालन किया है, बिना उसका धर्म और बिना उसकी जाति पूछे। गंगा उत्तराखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, झारखंड एवं पश्चिम बंगाल से निकलती है और उसके उस लंबे सफर पर उसकी स्वच्छता केवल सरकार द्वारा संभव नहीं, इसलिए समाज का सहयोग अति आवश्यक है। हर एक इंसान में बदलाव जरूरी है। हर एक इंसान का बदलाव समान महत्ता रखता है। यहाँ पर नई पहल की भागीदारी कुछ इस तरह होगी कि हम लोग 4-4, 5-5 लोगों के कुछ समूह बनाएंगे। उन्हें हम अलग अलग कार्य सौंपेंगे। कुछ लोग अलग अलग क्षेत्र में जाकर बच्चों को, बड़ों को गंगा की स्वच्छता में उनकी भागीदारी क्या और कैसे हो सकती है और उसकी क्या महत्ता है, इसके बारे में उन्हें समझाएंगे। और कुछ लोग अपने शहर में गंगा के तटों पर जाकर सफाई एवं वृक्षारोपण का कार्य करेंगे। ऐसे ही हमारा समाज बढ़ेगा और हर शहर में गंगा का सेवक, गंगा का रक्षक मौजूद होगा। किंतु लोगों को जोड़ने के लिए हमारे समक्ष एक सबसे बड़ी चुनौती यह आती है कि वह पूछते हैं, इससे हमें क्या फायदा, समय नहीं है, इसकी कोई आवश्यकता नहीं समझता। इसलिए आज मेरा यहाँ यह निवेदन है कि पर्यावरण के लिए कार्य करने वाले, समाज सेवा करने वाले, इन सभी को उचित इनाम, उचित पहचान मिलनी चाहिए और हर नौकरी, हर महाविद्यालय में इसकी आवश्यकता बढ़ाने के लिए उनके प्रवेश पत्रों में यह एक अनिवार्य बिंदु होना चाहिए। क्योंकि गंगा की लड़ाई केवल गंगा की ही नहीं, पर्यावरण की लड़ाई है, मनुष्य के जीवन की आवश्यकता की लड़ाई है। और मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि नमामि गंगे के तहत हम यह उद्देश्य अवश्य हासिल करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Akshita. Now I hand over this session to Shri 𝐺𝐸𝐴 Kumar, Director General, National Mission for Clean Ganga. Over to you, sir.
अक्षिता, वेरी नाइस। आपने बहुत अच्छी बात की। एक हमें क्या फायदा है, ये एक्चुअली ये एक क्वेश्चन कई सालों से, पिछले हजारों साल से हमको तंग करने वाला क्वेश्चन है, हमें क्या फायदा है। सब कुछ हमारे फायदे के लिए करते हैं, इसलिए ये नौबत हम पर आ पहुंचा है। देखो, पहले दैट इज गुड, थैंक यू फॉर रेजिंग दैट पॉइंट, बट स्टार्टिंग At the onset itself, let me wish all of you a very happy International Women's Day. तो ये तो one day, at least in this 365 days, we dedicate for the women, even though they are all the other remaining days are also Women's Day only, but इसमें कम से कम dedicate हुआ है. And we have such programs where we totally focus on the role of women in various aspects of life. तो इसलिए आप सबको बधाई हो इस अवसर पर. And women and water, ये जो थीम हम इसमें रखा हुआ था, that is a very important thing, because पानी के जितना women से लगा हुआ है, the water, how the connect between water and women is very, very critical. Not only critical, it is a very, very important. And who else but women can know the value of water, because water और women का बहुत गहरा संबंध है, very close connect भी है. If you look at it, there are a lot of comparison with women and water. जल ही जीवन है, I would say women ही जीवन है, क्योंकि the source of life is also women, and there are a lot of similarities with water. I would say that, despite being called sexist, I would say that there is a lot of similarity with women and water. So जो water है, that's a pure form of nature. Water is actually it is a universal solvent. It is the basis of life, and it can absorb a lot of dirt, and it takes the shape of the vessel which is in. So women भी ऐसे होते हैं जिंदगी में. They take a lot of flack in life. They are one of the universal absorbents of a lot of problems in this world. They also take the shape of the family they are in, and they try to adjust ourselves to that the container they are in. So it's almost something very, very similar, this water and women. And if you look at the rural area, the women, it is the women's responsibility to provide drinking water. जो मर्द लोग वहाँ बैठे रहते हैं, तो मीलों चल के पानी लाने की जिम्मेदारी तो women पे होते हैं. And when there is a problem of water, the first person to be affected are women, because studies have proved that जहाँ पे water की समस्या होते हैं, तो when there is a shortage of water or drought comes in, women who have to walk kilometers to go and fetch water on their head or for their house needs. Second, the child labor, the dropouts from the school. Girls get dropped out from the school when there is a crisis in the family, particularly the water crisis. So there are many studies which say that women are the most affected due to a problem of water, whether it's the good drinking water or whether it's bad drinking water or it's non-availability of drinking water. It was always the woman who bears the burden of it. And they have the issue of the toilets ka issue pehle bhi tha. They had the sanitation ka issue where all sort of problems related to water was also affecting the women the most. So now the government has taken up initiative to address some of the issues, the wash issues, where you said that the sanitation ka issues ko jo bhi toilets banane ka jo program chala hai, that is also focusing primarily on the women. So I can tell the example how this has affected the quality of life of people. जब मैं collector था 20 साल पहले 2000 में, when I was in a place collector of Nizamabad, हमने उस समय 1.5 लाख टॉयलेट बनाया था. 1.5 लाख टॉयलेट बनाया था. तो अभी जो स्वच्छ भारत अभियान में आप वो देखते हैं कि 11 करोड़ टॉयलेट बनाए, तो उस समय 20 साल पहले 1.5 लाख टॉयलेट बनाया था. एंड उसमें सबसे फायदा उस समय भी हमको लगा कि the women and children, the girl child used to come and say that thank you for this good effort you have done. And I tell you, the effect of that was हमने अगले साल में देखा कि डायरिया केसेस 5,000 से एकदम 150 पे पहुंचा, because this is the importance of good water, because वो जो गंदगी बाहर रहते थे वो पानी में मिलके water में मिल देते, and it used to get pollute the water. But जब इतने toilets बन गया and people started using it, and women and children had the privacy of going to the toilet in the daytime or any other time, they had so much of health improvement. साथ ही साथ, when this dirt was not getting mixed with the polluted water, source of drinking water, the source of the diseases were cut down a lot, and the quality of life. Diarrhea cases, as I said, it dropped down almost 5,000 to 150. So this is a basic mudda hai ki if you take care of water, if you drink good water, आपका health का illiterate issues बहुत कम हो सकता है. And that is one. And when there is a problem in the family, the women are again most affected, particularly after rural communities. They are the one probably have to take care of the child. They have to take to the hospital. They have to the बच्चे के जितने भी issues, health issues होते हैं, इसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी या देखभाल की जिम्मेदारी women पे आता है. So water and women are very, very closely connected, and that's why probably in this day it is very apt to speak about the women and water. Now, having said that, we have to address a lot of issues related to water from the women's point of view. एक तो घर में अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का प्रोग्राम है जल जीवन मिशन, जहाँ पे घर में अभी नल आ रहा है. तो आप ऑल ऑफ यू आर फ्रॉम द अर्बन एरिया, सो अर्बन एरिया लोगों को उसको पता नहीं होता कि वाटर लाना कितना मुश्किल है. आप वो खाली टैप ऑन करेंगे तो घर में पानी आ जाए, कितने भी नल है सब में पानी आ जाता है. सो व्हेन यू विल नो द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर ओनली व्हेन द वाटर ड्राइज अप. आगे 2 दिन आपके घर में पानी नहीं आएगा तभी पता चलेगी पानी का महत्व क्या है. So this is urban areas, probably maybe that's why we waste a lot of water. आप सबके घर में I'm sure definitely there will be RO. एक तो this RO filter लगा हुआ है, and I don't know whether you have seen, at least the teachers and professors would know that the RO में एक outlet होता है जो the reject water होता है. 50% of the water which we feed into the ROs get rejected. So it's a lot of water gets wasted in the ROs. Are we doing something about it? Are we using this water for doing something else? First of all, the RO का use करने की जरूरत है नहीं. That's a separate moot question. Second is the reject water, which is almost 50% of the water which is supplied to the water body, to the house. We are wasting it. Are we collecting that water and using it for other purposes, like washing your vegetables, mopping the floor? Same water can be used for watering the plants. So एक ही पानी को हम 4 बार use कर सकते हैं. You can use it for washing your vegetables. You can use it for mopping the floor, and that floor can be used for watering the plant. So एक पानी का 3 use हो गया. तो इसमें क्या कि you have saved a lot of water. नहीं तो हम 3 बार नल से पानी लेके इस पे यूज करते थे. So that's the way of reducing the water. And second is recycling of water. तो आपके हाथ में नहीं है, but then if there are technologies which can help you in without not much of technology input, you can recycle the water. So simple example is grey water. आपके घर में जो टॉयलेट्स का नहीं, बाकी जो पानी है, that is your washing the dishes का, washing का, जो भी नहाने का भी पानी है, and other water which we use, which are not really pathogens names, that can be treated very with a low cost and be used back. This grey water usage can actually save a lot of water which is being otherwise used for this type of purposes. Grey water treated can be used for other non-potable purposes like lawns पे use कर सकते हैं. Sometimes we can use for washing the car, etc., etc., etc. So there is a idea of reuse and water and limited recycling water अपने घर में सकते हैं. Third is about reduce, reuse, recycle. ये 3 R's बोलते हैं. And we also add 2 more R's. One is the rejuvenation of rivers and water bodies, and the third and the fifth and the most important, it's a respect of water. So if we start respecting the water, probably we will be not wasting the water. So basic mudda hai, I would urge the professors and the students here that we should now learn to respect water. ये सब technology है, patent है, बहुत अच्छा है. These are all good things. But basic mudda hai, the value system in us is not respecting the water, and if you don't get offended or get disturbed by a fact that you find a leaking tap there, or if you find that water is being wasted, हम ये साबुन लगा के नल खोल के साबुन लगा देते हैं 5 मिनट, उसके बाद नल चलते रहेंगे, उसके बाद हम अपने हैंड वॉश करेंगे. तो लाइक कोविड के टाइम में काफी लोग हैंड वॉशिंग में ध्यान दे रहे थे, तो वो हम क्या करते थे और नल खोल के फिर साबुन लगाने के लिए हाथ में साबुन लगाते थे, और देन वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट में बोलते हैं कि 20 सेकंड कम से कम हाथ धोना है, तो 20 सेकंड साबुन लगाते रहते हैं, वो नल खोल के रहेंगे, पानी बहते जाएंगे. This is what is happening in many places. So are we getting affected by this free running water? Are we getting affected by the loss of water to the leakage, etc.? That is where it is very important to think of it, and that comes out from respect of water. So हमारे पूर्वजों ने वाटर का बहुत रेस्पेक्ट किया था. देखो हमारे पूरे पूजा तंत्र में पानी बहुत अहम बात होती थी. Every offering आप पानी से मिला के करते थे. So water was a very important aspect of life because people at those time knew the value of water. हमारे कई जगह पे old water bodies are there, step wells are there, जहाँ पे रेन वाटर को पकड़ने के लिए राजा महाराजाओं ने उस समय बना के रखा था कि ताकि लोग वहां आके पानी रेन वाटर इकट्ठा करके यूज करें. So this आपने if you look at the history, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa में भी they make mention about water tanks and also the drainage system. So water was a very important part, and we used to respect water. कहीं somewhere in the history we have lost its sense of water, and we have हमारा मुहावरा है पैसा पानी की तरह बहा दिया. इसका मतलब है कि we don't attach any importance to water. तो पैसा पानी की तरह बहा दिया मतलब we have been wasting water without of any value. So that's where probably the first thing, all the ये तो nursery classes से शुरू होना है, but if it is not being done, at least in the college level, it should be taken up that we should start respecting water, and particularly women, because young girls are the future mothers. They will take care of the family, because with all due respect, I say mother ka role in bringing in a family is very, very important, and so they are the one who actually transfers a lot of values to the children. So पानी का जो respect है, पानी का जो value है, अगर girls समझेंगे, बच्चियां समझेंगे, so the next generation itself will be very, very, very respectful for water. So it's not that men are washing off the responsibility of water, but I'm telling that the impact, आपका जो impact है, much more on the family and the sea. So that is very important that you understand the value of water, you understand to respect water, and you can actually do a lot to save the water. So one more point I would say is about the water use efficiency in India. We have very poor water use efficiency. मतलब हम जहाँ पे अमेरिका के फार्मर्स से जो 700 लीटर्स में एक किलो धान पैदा करते हैं, हमारे लोग तो 3000 लीटर यूज करते हैं. अगेन बिकॉज ऑफ नो वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर. पानी आता है, हमारा क्या जाता है, यू प्लीज यूज इट. एंड इफ यू आस्क समबडी टू स्टॉप द वेस्टेज ऑफ वाटर, दे आस्क अ क्वेश्चन, हमारा क्या फायदा है. ये हमारा क्या फायदा क्वेश्चन में ही ऐसे सेड स्टार्टेड ऑफ दिस, हमारा क्या फायदा है. हमारा क्या फायदा, आपके लिए फायदा नहीं, आपके नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए फायदा है. Because the more you start exploiting water now, the less water will be available for your next generation. आप जितने भी पैसा कमा के छोड़ के विरासत में छोड़ के जाएंगे, they may have money but they may not have water. So this is the message we have to tell them, that we have to leave water for the next generation, good and as good as what we received it. हमारे generation, we have wasted a lot of water, we have polluted a lot of water, and at least I'm happy that some of the younger generation people have understood the value of water. They are looking at rejuvenating the rivers, and many of the points which you mentioned are very good. Visit Ganga, but touch the Ganga once a year, or go to and see the Ganga Tad. Then people will know, because many people living in cities may not have seen the water. Particularly people in Delhi would have seen the dirty water of Yamuna. But that's not the water. There are Ganga में जाएंगे तो अच्छा पानी मिल सकता है, नहा सकते हैं. You may not even able to step into this dirty water of Yamuna. But you may be able to wade into a water, good water, जहाँ पे अच्छा पानी होता है. You can swim in that. There are a lot of biodiversities associated with that. There are fishes in that. There are other biological animals in that, organisms in that. There are a lot of things which are associated with the river. So you should expand your knowledge of water, expand your wisdom of water, not just confining yourself to पानी पीने के लिए होता है. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of organisms in that, there are a lot of issues associated with water storage. And the last point is, now we can start off with conserving water by catching the rain. This is a simple solution. I would say that what we can do immediately in the next 3-4 months, if we can do some effort or do some exercise to ensure that आपके छत में, आपके घर के छत के जो पानी को सेव करने के लिए रेन वाटर, आप रूफटॉप रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर बनाएं. आपके कॉलेज में all the water drop for calling in your compound, in your rooftop should be trained to a rainwater harvesting structure. I also go beyond that and telling that आपके जो compound में जितने भी पानी आ रहे हैं, आपके बड़े-बड़े college areas होते हैं आपके college में, you ensure that not a drop of water goes out of your compound. जितने भी पानी आपके compound में आते हैं, you should be able to store it in your compound under your water, or on the surface water. So आप एक कैंपेन चला सकते हैं, कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स, जहां बरसे जब भी बरसे उसको सेव करने का कैंपेन करा सकते हैं. एंड एज यू राइटली सेड, यू फ्रॉम लर्निंग फ्रॉम योर कॉलेज, यू कैन गो टू योर नेबरिंग विलेजेस, नेबरिंग आसपास के जो लोग कम्युनिटी उसी को इन्वॉल्व करके जहां पे आप रह रहे हैं आपके सोसाइटीज में, यू एंश्योर दैट द रेन वाटर इज ऑल हार्वेस्टेड एंड स्टोर्ड, so that your bill for pumping the water from the commercial water tankers etc. can be reduced. You can reduce a lot of money spent on this water, and that's where a फायदा आपको है. तो आपको जो ये फायदा, हमें क्या फायदा होता है ना, इसमें फायदा होता है कि आपका टैंकर की जरूरत कम पड़ेगी, आपके बिजली का बिल कम पड़ेंगे, आपको पानी का बिल कम पड़ेंगे. That is a good fayda for you. So please ensure that these basic mudda of reducing the usage of water, saving the water, and getting affected by the wastage of water should be something which should be taken up. And let us all take pledge that not only you get involved in the conservation of water, not only your neighbors and friends get involved in conservation of water, we should also ensure that आपके पड़ोसी, आपके immediate neighborhood, आपके village, आपके town, आपके society, everybody gets involved in conservation of water. Because if we are dreaming of a $5 trillion economy, if you are dreaming of economic prosperity, the present situation is that the limiting factor would be water. देखो आप, if you want to have economic growth, probably you will say that I will start industry like the technology हम खरीद सकते हैं. You may require power हम खरीद सकते हैं. You may say that I want land, you can land हम ला सकते हैं. But the way things are going, it is our water availability is going down and down. Per capita availability has come down. So you have to conserve water. So if you are talking about economic development later on, if you are talking about a $5 trillion economy later, if you want to survive later, you have to have water. And that is the first step we should do now, is to try to save water. And for that, we have to increase awareness. For increasing awareness, you should know about water, what are the rainwater structures, etc., etc. So you should have a system where you get information on water, and that's where we talk about the Shakti Kendra. So in every college, you should have a water resource center where information about water is given. Various type of rainwater harvesting structures के बारे में बोल सकते हैं, various pollutants of water के बारे में बोल सकते हैं, what are the waterborne diseases के बारे में बोल सकते हैं, etc. can be done. So very nice for listening to me, and I'm very happy that so many universities, particularly the leading people of the universities are getting involved in this campaign. So let us all take pledge to have campaign in your college to catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. आपके कॉलेज, अपने घर, अपने सोसाइटी से कोई भी एक बूंद पानी बाहर नहीं जाएंगे. 100% water to be stored here in your compound. And you also should say that no potable water would be used for non-potable purposes. पीने के पानी पीने के लिए काम आ जाएंगे, उसी के लिए यूज करना, नहाने के लिए काम कर सकते हैं, but not for any other non-potable purposes. Let us spread this message. Let us say that your college में ये message हर बच्चे को पहुंचाए, and they also should send it to more and more people, and this campaign to catch the rain should go on. Thanks a lot, and once again wishing you all the best, and बधाई दे रहा हूं आपका International Women's Day के मौके पर. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, Shri G. Ashok Kumar, DG, NMCG, for this insightful and so beautiful connection between women and water. So appropriately on this International Women's Day. I'm sure women could further drive this water campaign, move successfully in the right direction in future too. Now I would request Mohammad Najib Hassan, Senior Communication Manager, LMCG, to please give the closing remark. Over to you, Mr. Najib.
Yes, thank you very much. As we have all have heard about the big picture which DG sir has given, the importance of water, how it is affecting lives and well-being of women especially, how it can be conserved at individual level, because sometimes we talk about how it is to be done at the community level, but at the individual level, at the household level, how we can conserve it, that is very important. So I think, like young students are also here, they have mentioned about that they are having some groups, especially for social outreach work. So apart from this particular webinar, wherein we are interacting, we will like to connect with you so that we can practically talk to you and see how things can go on ground. Like we are not only talking about Ganga, we are also talking about tributaries of the Ganga river. So Yamuna, as was mentioned, it is a very important tributary. So those institutes or universities which are located in Delhi NCR region, they can practically come in and they can contribute through their students and through their faculty members. So I would like to thank all the students who have joined today. I would like to thank universities, those who have participated in the panel discussion from Chitkara University and Shulni University and IMS Noida. So thank you very much for joining in today, and let's hope that this particular dialogue will continue and we will move ahead in this direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all the viewers and all the speakers joining today from IMS, Chitkara, from Shobit University, and Shulin University, and special thanks to our students for sharing their views. See you at the 5th edition of this webinar series. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you.